Breaking on 4 News Now, a judge decides the fate of the leadership of the Pac-12, what this decision could mean for the future of Washington State University and its student athletes.
It is going to be a wet start to Wednesday. Plus, I'm tracking the possibility of snow in your First Alert forecast.
And hundreds of shoes displayed in front of the Spokane courthouse. What they represent and the message the Jewish community hopes to send about the war in the Middle East. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And we begin with that breaking news out of Whitman County. Washington State and Oregon State universities will decide the future of the Pac-12 conference, with a judge of Whitman County ruling that 10 schools leaving the conference have no voting power. Thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We have team coverage tonight on what this decision will mean for the future of the conference and the impact it could have on student athletes. We begin with Allison Martinez outside of the courthouse with WSU President Kirk Schulz's reaction to the ruling.
Hundreds of millions of dollars and the fate of many college athletes were on the line in today's hearing. Just an hour ago, the judge did rule that WSU and OSU will be the only 2 governing members of the Pac-12 board. Outside of the courthouse in Colfax today, there were many hugs and words of celebrations and congratulations exchanged, including with Athletic Director Pat Chun and President Kirk Schulz. Now, WSU and OSU maintained the argument that they intend to preserve the conference. Attorney Eric McMichael argued that OSU and WSU are the only parties that can do this because the 10 departing parties have split interests between the Pac-12 and their new conferences. The judge agreed.
It feels good. Our arguments were upheld, so I'm going to go celebrate tonight and roll up the sleeves, be ready to work tomorrow.
They're spending that much time.
After the judge's ruling, he added that normal business will not change in the Pac-12, but it will now be governed by the 2 universities who have not chosen to withdraw. The judge also clarified that the decisions on distribution of revenue will be solely up to the board. Before the judge issued his ruling today, he did say that he was raised in a household where conduct is what is most important and speaks louder than words. He says with that in mind today, he did rule that OSU and WSU will be the sole governing members of the Pac-12 board. It is a big win for the Palouse tonight. Reporting in Colfax, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thank you. Well, the court's decision is a step forward for WSU and OSU to rebuild the Pac-12.
It allows Washington State to start planning for next season. Sports director Julian Minnesota is here to tell us the next steps now for the Cougar football team.
Yeah, Washington State and Oregon State gave us late fall as a deadline to build a football schedule for next season. And now that WSU and OSU have control of the conference, they can start doing that. Both schools have been in talks with the Mountain West Conference about forming a scheduling alliance for 1 or 2 years as they operate as a Pac-2. This also helps WSU football in recruiting. The football transfer portal opens December 4th, and head coach Jake Dickert is expecting other schools to try to lure his players away. The Cougars, with this decision, now have some clarity on how they can sell the program to current players and potential transfers moving forward. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesota, 4 News Now Sports.
Thank you, Julian. Well, Avista says its largest natural gas outage in the company's history is almost over. Avista says fewer than 250 customers' pilot lights still need to be relit, which is expected to be done by tonight. The company also urges customers who were not available for a tech to relight to call Avista to schedule that. What a long process for so many people.
Really feel for those people who've been, without heat for so long now, and it's getting colder all the time. Chris Crocker here with your First Alert forecast.
Well, we do have a warm front coming. That should help on the Palouse. Here's a look at that warm front that's making its way across Oregon toward the LC Valley and the Palouse. It is going to bring some rain to the region overnight. Once it gets to Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, it's going to be meeting some cooler air, so we have the possibility of some snow mixing in with that rain. Here's a look at our forecast radar starting off at 11 o'clock tonight with that rain south of I-90 mainly. By 3 a.m. it's into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. However, it does not make much progress to the north. We have a few hit and miss showers, possibly some rain, snow mixing in in with the rain in some of the northern valleys, but most of the rain as we get into the noon hour is going to be south into the LC Valley, the Palouse, and the central panhandle before we dry out Wednesday night. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We've got the possibility of some rain mixed with snow by tomorrow morning. No valley accumulation of snow. The heaviest rain will be on the Palouse. Then we're going to get a break from the wet weather with a dry Thursday through Saturday. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, the Spokane Police Department needs your help finding this masked robber. If you take a look at your screen right now, you'll see how strange this is. That person walking in what looks like a Halloween mask and potentially a costume. It's a convenience store that's right on North Hamilton. He pointed a gun at the employee. Anyone with information is asked to call the Spokane Police Department.
Well, a professional tracker is now volunteering to help find this missing Tibetan monk in Pomeroy County. He went missing last Tuesday. The 64-year-old was last seen near the Sravasti Abbey Buddhist Monastery south of Newport. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Pomeroy Sheriff's Office.
Well, Nadine Woodward has been the mayor of Spokane since 2020, but is now getting ready for a transition of power.
Lisa Brown will be the next mayor of Spokane. This comes after Woodward conceded the mayoral election just last night. Marissa Rios spoke with Woodward today about her hopes for the city moving forward.
During our conversation earlier today, Woodward was optimistic. She told me she actually loved her job as mayor, and moving forward, she hopes to see conversations on regional homeless authority and public safety continue. When you walk into Spokane's office of the mayor, you're welcomed with flags. Inside the mayor's personal office, Nadine Woodward sits comfortably at a desk with a window that overlooks the city. She has a wall dedicated to showcasing her accomplishments. Her oath to office stands tall at the center of it all. But this picture is all going to change soon. As Woodward looks back, she's proud of what her and her team were able to accomplish during the 4 years she served as mayor.
Well, the 2 biggest issues that we really do work on, homelessness and public safety, those were my priorities coming into office. They certainly have been throughout my first term. Homelessness has been a challenge. We've added more shelter space and low barrier beds. We kept people housed during the pandemic that normally wouldn't have shelter space.
Woodward said Spokane is a thriving city with great opportunities in the future. She's excited to watch it unfold. As far as transition of administrations go, Woodward says she spoke with Brown last night. Their teams will work together so that there is a smooth transition. She said Brown will have office space soon and access to the staff for any information that she may need. Woodward plans to take time off and spend it with her family and friends. Reporting in studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, Kim Please also conceding the race for Spokane City Council President to Betsy Wilkerson. She released a statement saying, quote, "I want to congratulate Betsy Wilkerson on her election as the first woman to serve as City Council President. I'm honored by the record support I recorded from individuals, small businesses, and organizations in Spokane."
Well, it's no secret drug overdoses are on the rise on the streets. But what are schools supposed to do if a student begins to overdose? The Biden administration wants every school in America to have Narcan on hand. I found out several school districts in our area already carry it and went inside Spokane schools to see what they're doing to make sure our children are safe. You can watch my full special report right here on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock this Thursday.
Still ahead, what the Consumer Protection Agency says you need to do to lower the chance of your Christmas tree catching on fire.
And Gonzaga basketball just about to get underway against Eastern Oregon. We hear from head coach Mark Few about tonight's matchup and what the team needs to work on before the Maui Classic next week.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Saving you green. At Move Fitness, our job is to get you moving using things like high-energy, fun classes, motivating, knowledgeable trainers, and the best variety of workout equipment in the region. And you can get it all for around $1 a day. Join the movement.
The Black Friday discounts are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
Get big holiday discounts or take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase, 5 years, no interest financing.
On furniture for every room in your home this week at Walker's.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $2,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show, an experience you will never forget. Discover Santa's all-new North Pole with holiday getaways starting at only $250.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
GMA this week. Wake up with the Bella Twins on Twin Love and Chris Pine live.
It's so good.
Plus, fasten your seatbelts because GMA's taking you to Vegas, baby, for the F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix. Your morning's about to get fast and cool. Live on GMA.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Well, another big night for basketball. Gonzaga men's hoops is tipping off as we speak. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. The Bulldogs are taking on Eastern Oregon at McCarthy Athletic Center tonight. It's the final home game before Gonzaga travels to Hawaii to take on Purdue in the Maui Classic. So think of tonight's game as the final dress rehearsal before Gonzaga takes on much better competition next week. Last season, the Bulldogs beat Eastern Oregon by 78 points, which was the largest margin of victory in program history. The Bulldogs are also dealing with the loss of guard Steele Venters, who is out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. The unexpected injury has changed Gonzaga's plans for the early non-conference games, and head coach Mark Few is working on the fly.
We're kind of scrambling after the Steele thing. I think we all were in a pretty nice, at least I was, very comfortable with what our rotations were, what we could run, what we could do defensively, all of that. It just kind of, we had to reset after all that. So I think we're settling in now, and we'll figure that out.
Again, this one is just getting underway. We're going to have highlights and post-game reaction tonight on Nightside. Gonzaga forward Graham Ike and guard Ryan Nembhard were named to the Wooden Award watch list. The Wooden Award is given to the top college basketball player in the nation. And the Bulldog duo are 2 of 50 players who are early front runners for the award. Now, Idaho men's basketball is also in action tonight. The Vandals lead Evergreen State in the first half. Idaho's new head coach, Alex Pribble, is still looking for his first win. We will also have a final of this one for you tonight on Nightside. Washington State football is switching things up this week. The team has held morning practices all season long, but not today. The Cougars are holding afternoon practices ahead of Friday's matchup against Colorado. Now, the game is at 7:30, which is the latest kickoff the Cougs have had this season. Washington State has to win to keep its bowl game hopes alive, and head coach Jake Dickert is hoping the change in practice times can bring some good juju to the team so they can snap the 6-game losing streak.
Saturday to Friday, it's one less day, but it gets you off your routine more than anything. And the other thing that we did that I love is went to afternoon practices this week just to kind of give us that extra time game planning wise before we hit the field. So we'll be ready for Friday night.
Colorado also needs to win to remain bowl eligible. Kickoff against Deion Sanders and the Buffs is at 7:30 Friday night. And the Cougars will also be recognizing 17 seniors before the game. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Thanks, Julian. We have a chance of rain or snow mixing in with the rain through the morning commute. Temperatures will be above freezing, and then we're going to be drying out for a while, but not for long. I'll explain after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
Live with Kelly and Mark is entertainment's #1 talk show.
Weekdays at 9 and 3.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. The big beefy boy that started it all. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Have you been looking for the perfect pre-owned vehicle and wondered, where have all the used cars gone?
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Whether you're looking for a Toyota, Subaru, Ford, or maybe that perfect Honda.
Every pre-owned vehicle is quality inspected and ready for you to take home today.
We work with local lenders to get you the rate you deserve.
Inventory changes daily, so come see us at Coeur d'Alene Honda or visit us on our website at cdahonda.com.
Helping the communities thrive aligns with BECU's core values. One event that I'm really proud of that we support is the Nonprofit Showcase.
You know, I think the coolest part of this event is the ability for the public to see so many different nonprofits in one spot. And then you get that chance to understand how you might be able to engage best with each of them.
I'm proud to say that they're going to be doing it again, and I want to encourage everybody to come out, learn a little bit what's going on in your community, and spend some time potentially volunteering and find something that you're passionate about.
The most anticipated rock holiday tradition returns. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. Friday, November 24th, Spokane Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketswest.com. A legendary blend of rock, classical, and holiday music for the entire family. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. The Ghosts of Christmas Eve.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. A classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Some wild video here released by the Consumer Product Safety Commission showing just how dangerous Christmas trees can be if they're not taken care of properly. We've seen it, I think, most years. It's a reminder, though. Yeah, if it's a real tree, the department says watering is key.
How the unthinkable can happen in an instant. Fires involving Christmas trees and candles are far too frequent in this holiday season.
Now, if you have an artificial tree, make sure that it has a fire-resistant label. And as far as lights go, be sure to toss out any sets that have been damaged. A lot of times you find those little missing lights on the ground at the end.
Yeah, sure.
And then you kind of forget about them until the next year.
Guilty.
Yeah, well, with the start of the holiday season's pretty much here, you're going to see those iconic Salvation Army red kettles outside of stores across the Inland Northwest.
You're going to hear them, too. Salvation Army collects donations to help vulnerable children and families this year. The program will also help victims of the Gray and Oregon road fires.
And we wanted to make donating as easy as possible, and that's why we are teaming up with the Salvation Army to host a virtual red kettle between now and Thursday. You can head to KXLY.com. You'll find a link where you can help families in need without leaving the comfort of your home.
And so nice, too, because so many people don't carry change anymore or cash at all. So being able to go on and donate virtually is nice.
Yes, and you can do it right now while I tell you about the weather. Let's take a look now at the fog around the region. We've been really socked in around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Visibility about a mile in Coeur d'Alene right now. We're less than a quarter mile out at the airport in Spokane, 1 mile in Fairchild Air Force Base. We never did break out into the sunshine right in the metro area. Plenty of sunshine all around us, but it was not to be today, and that fog's going to stay with us tonight. 30 degrees for an overnight low. We'll hit that temperature around midnight, and then we're going to start to warm up, and that's what makes the precipitation type with this next system kind of tricky. Rain possibly mixed with snow in the morning. We're heading up to a high of 42 degrees. Our chance of precipitation kicks in around 3 a.m. and then increases. We're up at the 70% range through the morning commute before things start to dry out heading into the afternoon. We'll be dry by this time tomorrow. So we have this warm front coming in. It is going to keep temperatures above freezing for the Palouse and points to the south. Spokane is right on that dividing line between some cooler air and the impacts of this warm front. The warm front comes through. It's going to bring some rain along with it. Here's 7 a.m. Wednesday. Then we have this cold front that is coming down that's going to help to push this precipitation off to the south, and it's not going to cool things down much, but it is going to bring in some drier air, and that will prevent that rain from making its way further north into the mountains. And then high pressure begins building in for a couple of dry days, actually 3 dry days. Precipitation amounts are going to be very light around Spokane, about 200s. 300s in Sandpoint, but look at all the places where there's no measurable rain. Winthrop, Omak, Grand Coulee, staying dry in Colville. Actually, just as far south as Deer Park, you're likely staying dry. But we have some more impressive amounts for Pullman, St. Mary's, Lewiston, 800s, and over in Kellogg, 6,300s. So a 70% chance of measurable rain tomorrow. That drops to 0 Thursday through Saturday. And then we have another chance, a very similar system coming in for Sunday with similar timing as well in the overnight into Sunday morning. Morning lows across the region. Warm front makes it as far north as Coeur d'Alene. We drop to 30, but we do that early in the night and then start increasing. High temperatures tomorrow, we're in the 40s just about everywhere, 55 in Lewiston. Your planning forecast, we're dry through Saturday, a little bit of a rain-snow mix on Sunday, and then we're drying out for Monday and Tuesday. Pretty nice start to the Thanksgiving travel week. I'll be back with an early look at what you can expect for Wednesday and Thursday in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Still ahead, a glimmer of hope for preventing the impacts of climate change. What the president says he's doing to help.
Plus, lawmakers make it one step forward with a plan to avoid a government shutdown, but there are still more hurdles to face to keep the country running.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
Wow, it's literally the color of Santa's sleigh.
If I was Santa, this would be my sleigh.
So you just drive across the ocean?
I don't know. Maybe some of us still believe in a little thing called Christmas magic, so... Well, there you go.
Enter to win a shiny red Porsche. Grand prize drawing December 28th, only at Northern Quest.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
It's the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan Service and Parts Center. We're ready to keep your car in the best condition possible so you can drive with confidence. From express service to more advanced diagnostics and repairs, our certified technicians deliver expert service and advice. We also have an inventory of factory Nissan parts. You can personalize your vehicle with accessories tailored to your Nissan. Parts and service at the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan right off Highway 95.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 47th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Join us as 250 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Black Friday mattress discounts are on now.
at all Walker's furniture and mattress stores. With some of the biggest savings of the year on all Serta and Beauty Rest mattress sets with no money down and no interest for up to 5 years.
Improve your sleep for less at Walker's.
What do I love about working at Move Fitness?
Every day is different.
Helping people achieve their goals.
It's just a fun group of good teammates.
And it's a positive place to work at.
There really isn't a better gym.
Move Fitness is the best.
Join the movement.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
Ooh, this video of crews trying to put out a bus fire on I-90 near Snoqualmie Pass. The charter bus driving from Yakima to SeaTac. When that fire started, thankfully, all 17 people on board managed to get out safely. No word yet on what caused the fire. Around the nation, the House has approved Speaker Mike Johnson's plan that would avoid a government shutdown.
This means the Senate will have to rush a vote on the plan before Friday's deadline to avoid millions of federal workers from being furloughed or forced to work without pay. The unconventional bill divides funding into two parts and keeps agencies like Veterans Affairs, Transportation, and Housing going until January, with the rest of the government functioning until February.
We are not going to have a massive omnibus spending bill right before Christmas. This allows us as conservatives to go into the fight on the next stages of this.
If the Senate does not pass the bill, one of the agencies impacted would be TSA, which could impact Thanksgiving travel plans for millions of people.
New at 6, a new federal report says the effects of climate change are getting worse. It also says it's too late to prevent over the next decade. But there is a glimmer of hope. Experts say more can be done to slow those impacts. ABC's Melissa Adan reports.
The latest climate report released by the federal government is ringing the alarm for Americans. The authors of the 5th National Climate Assessment warn climate changes are making it harder to maintain safe homes and healthy families, and that those challenges will worsen as temperatures rise. President Biden today pledging $6 billion. The White House says a lot of that funding will come from the bipartisan infrastructure law and the Inflation Reduction Act to combat climate change.
It shows that communities across America are taking more action than ever to reduce climate risk. It warns that more action is still badly needed. We can't be complacent.
Biden vowing more funding from FEMA, the EPA, and projects to strengthen and modernize the electric grid, as well as grants to support drought resilience in the West.
Anyone who willfully denies the impact of climate change is condemning the American people to a very dangerous future.
The report also showing progress being made. For instance, U.S. emissions are going down even as the population and demand for energy goes up.
The major economies of the world need to make the major emissions reductions, and it's not just talk. Not only has the president passed the largest climate investment here in the United States, he's been able to bring together hundreds of nations around the world around this proposition.
According to the report, many regions are experiencing multiple impacts at the same time at a much faster rate. In the 1980s, it states the U.S. had $1 billion disaster every 4 months. But now, on average, the U.S. experiences $1 billion weather or climate disaster every 3 weeks. Two other notable global climate reports that were released from the United Nations and the 2023 Climate Action Report also warn that global efforts to curb emissions are falling short. This going into a major UN summit later this month. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including when another section of the North-South Freeway is expected to open.
Behind me is a display showcasing the 240 hostages taken by Hamas. Coming up, hear why Spokane's Jewish community says they want to go this big to spread their message.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
During Kerner Furniture's holiday season sale, we have the perfect recipe to make your season special.
First, add a dash of cozy sofa for nights curled up watching a movie.
Then, add a 7-piece dining set for extra room for friends.
And finally, add a luxurious bedroom set for extra sweet dreams.
During Kerner Furniture's holiday season sale, we have all the ingredients you need to make your home holiday ready.
With great prices and selection, you can't go wrong with Kerner Furniture during our holiday season sale.
Nice store, low prices.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
The soulful and powerful voice. Two-time Grammy Award winner, Lauren Daigle. Friday, November 17th, Spokane Arena. The Kaleidoscope Tour. Tickets are on sale now at laurendaigle.com. Lauren Daigle, live in concert.
Attention RV shoppers! R&R RV in Liberty Lake has just lowered prices on every motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. Last year's models are slashed to the lowest clearance prices you will ever find. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on Montana, Rockwood, Cougar, Winnebago, and more. Don't delay. R&R RV's fall clearance sale is on now. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Hurry to R&R RV to claim your new RV and save thousands. Visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, I-90 exit 296, or shop now at rnrrv.com.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, thousands of mostly Jewish people from around the U.S. gathered at the National Mall in Washington, D.C., demanding that more be done to free the hostages still being held by Hamas in Gaza.
Right now, the Biden administration is working to secure the release of a number of American hostages, including 3-year-old Abigail Edan, an American-Israeli citizen who saw her parents murdered back in September.
Abigail is a spunky little girl. I want Abigail to know that her brother, her sister, her aunts and uncles, and her grandparents are waiting for her at home. We are waiting for her. We love her very, very, very much, and we are doing everything we can to bring her home.
Tomorrow, an official tells ABC News the special envoy for hostage affairs will meet with family members of American citizens kidnapped by Hamas.
In Spokane, a display was set up in front of the federal courthouse meant to represent more than 200 people taken hostage since the war started last month. Bronte Saratsky shares their message.
Around me are pairs of shoes meant to represent the 240 hostages taken by Hamas. Spokane's Jewish community says that they hope the community will see this and see the impact this is having on innocent people in Israel.
Heartbreaking. And we look at each of these individual names and pictures, and these are real people that are suffering, and we suffer with them.
Outside of the federal building downtown,
Tammy Metzger, 70 years old.
A group of Jewish community members and supporters of Israel gather to listen to the names of all 240 hostages.
Yosef Chaim Ohana, 23 years old.
And say prayers for their return. That prayer translated to English means our brothers and sisters in Israel.
There's a lot of grief and a lot of fear. We're all, the prayer that we recite over the hostages starts with Achenu B'nai Yisrael. All of us are brothers and sisters, the people of Israel, and we have them continue to be in our hearts.
Members of Spokane's Jewish community say it's a scary time for Jews all over. Sticking together is essential.
The fear that we as Jews are feeling now in this country has been felt through the centuries from many different countries. We know that we need each other. We have to be there for each other because sadly, we don't know what's ahead.
Ultimately, she says she just hopes for an end to violence in the Middle East.
Just want them out. Just want them free. We sorrow over all deaths, Palestinian, Israeli. These are human beings who are being mistreated.
After this display is taken down, all of these shoes will be donated to a local charity, Our Place. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
A former teacher and Spokane County prosecutor is in jail tonight after sheriff's deputies say he threatened to shoot someone and then refused to get out of his truck when stopped. This is what it looked like on southbound Newport Highway near Day Mount Spokane Road around noon yesterday. Deputies say Michael Cronin took off after he was stopped, pulled over again, but then refused to get out of his Jeep. Even with help from a crisis negotiator and the behavioral health unit, Cronin would not follow deputies' commands. He eventually surrendered after chemical agents were thrown through his window. Cronin taught for Spokane Public Schools and the Central Valley School District. He was fired from CVSD over DUI arrests and allegations of inappropriately touching students. Today in court, a prosecutor revealed that Cronin is also currently suspended by the Washington Bar Association, having formerly worked for the county prosecutor's office. Cronin is now being held on $300,000 bond.
The CDC is warning parents there may be traces of lead in popular cinnamon-flavored applesauce products. The department says at least 22 toddlers in 14 states, including Washington, may have been exposed after eating the puree. State labs have found extremely high levels of lead in certain lots of cinnamon applesauce pouches that have been recalled by Wanabana, Schnucks, and Weiss. The pouches were sold by retailers including Amazon and Dollar Tree. The FDA says families should throw out the pouches or take them back to the store for a refund.
Taking a live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena right now, and it is a gray night, and we are already socked in with the fog. National Weather Service has just issued a dense fog advisory for the area shaded in gray on your screen, including all of the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area for visibility less than a quarter mile, and that goes all the way through Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. That fog might be what we need to keep the rain from turning over to snow. Our temperature will not drop as rapidly with the dense fog, so we do have some precipitation coming in along with a warm front. Starts around 3 a.m. and ramps up as we get into the morning commute. Still the possibility of some snow mixing in with the rain, but as this system approaches, it's looking more and more likely that it will just stay rain. We're heading up to a high tomorrow of 42 degrees, which is close to average, and drying out as we get into the afternoon. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and an early look at your Thanksgiving outlook in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. The 2 Washington lawmakers are calling the privatized housing at Fairchild Air Force Base unfit for service members and their families. Senator Patty Murray and Representative Kathy McMorris Rodgers citing mold, cracks in the infrastructure, and roofs in need of replacement. They sent a letter to the company responsible for maintaining these homes, saying our service members and their families sacrifice so much for our country, and we need to ensure that they have access to dependable housing. To read the full letter, look for this story on KXLY.com.
In just 2 days, another section of the North-South Freeway will be opening. Starting Thursday, you will be able to drive from 395 to Wellesley. The Department of Transportation says it still has 3 projects that need to be designed before construction can begin to connect the new freeway to I-90. The department hopes to have that completed by 2030.
We're getting closer to the river, so it's progress.
As close as we can get, that's right. Well, there's only 1 episode left of the first season of The Golden Bachelor. And with the most recent episode, we saw Gary Turner eliminate Eastern Washington's own Faith Martin,
leaving many, including our producer, heartbroken. Our sister station, Apple Valley News Now, sat down with Gary to see if he thinks Faith deserves another shot at love as the first Golden Bachelorette.
How could you say you love so many women? What were you looking for?
That's a good question, and it's legit. In the moment with each of these women, I had built such a strong connection that I felt like fully that I was in love with them, that I loved them at that time. It's important to remember, though, that through the course of the journey, as it got towards the end, I finally found the clarity with those women to find the one that I couldn't live without. And in Faith's case, perfect example, I still love her to pieces. We still talk, and she's talked to me. And I mean, she puts a smile on my face, as you can see. but I don't think she was the right one for me.
All right, here's from Robin. She says, what was the deciding factor that made you choose Teresa over Faith?
Teresa? I think the last answer probably is appropriate here as well. Okay. There's a sense of humor, a kindness that they both had. Of all the women in the house, probably those two were the most similar in their personalities, in their outlook on life, in their kindness. And so it was very difficult. It was very difficult.
And our local viewers here want to know, did you enjoy your visit to Eastern Washington?
Yeah, I loved it. It was beautiful. I loved the space. I really loved the time with Faith at her ranch, doing a little horseback riding and seeing how she lived and so forth. So, yeah, it's beautiful there.
All right. Of course, I know you're going to get asked this question a lot. Do you think Faith should be the next Golden Bachelorette?
Oh, she would be such a wonderful candidate for that job. I can't really say my favorites. There's people a lot smarter than me that will be able to pick, who the best candidates are, but certainly Faith would be among them.
My husband wanted me to ask you, do you feel that you found true love through the journey on the show?
You tell your husband he asks really good questions. And yes, I do. I really believe I found my person, my right person.
That's great. All right. And the last question, my mother comes to the viewing party, Gary, and she said, if it doesn't work out, can we date? Call me. And that's just a joke. So she's in her 70s too. So it's been great, Gary. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if she's as beautiful as you are, I'll keep the option open.
Okay, so does the talk there mean they are going to have a Golden Bachelorette? Is that an official thing?
That's the rumor. I don't know. But it looks like he's still open to love. We have so many more questions.
I know. All right, a new study says recess is more than just kids running around playing tag.
The link between play and improved child development coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
4 News Now is brought to you by Noodle Express.
Celebrate the holidays and the magic of the season at Madison Home Market. Madison Home Market is the perfect place to find holiday gifts and festive decor to warm your home. From unique furniture to one-of-a-kind ornaments.
Madison Home Market, 2928 North Medelia.
Do you show your Vandal pride? Dave sure does. He proudly dons the silver and gold when he's at work, mowing the yard, and especially on game day.
Hey, can we get 3 tacos?
I got this.
Where did you get that?
You don't have a Vandals debit card?
Don't worry, Dave. You can get your Vandal debit card by visiting p1fcu.org/GoVandals. Go Vandals!
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Celebrate the holidays and the magic of the season at Madison Home Market. Madison Home Market is the perfect place to find holiday gifts and festive decor to warm your home. From unique furniture to one-of-a-kind ornaments.
Madison Home Market, 2928 North Medelia.
Next ET, a Hunger Games prequel exclusive ahead of the LA premiere. Then, we're with Dancing with the Stars, Charity and Artem rehearsing for Whitney Houston night.
It's an ET exclusive.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Dancing honors a true queen.
It's Whitney Houston night.
With guest judge Billy Porter. What a ride!
Dancing with the Stars, live tonight on ABC and Disney+.
Well, check out this Vermont farm. Why wouldn't you want to? Look at these cute golden retrievers enjoying their day. The farm offers a golden retriever experience where several dogs play and snuggle with guests while the guests are drinking cider. I am in.
We're all in.
That looks like Alex Grisende's baby burrow.
They're almost sold out through mid-December, so maybe we just get all the new 6 dogs together and we create our own little recess. I'm into it.
I like that idea.
Super cute.
Very, very cute. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. The forecast has been a work in progress, our long-range forecast, and it has changed a little bit. It was looking like we were heading into the deep freeze for next week, but this is the latest thinking on Thanksgiving week. Very, very quiet week of weather with temperatures in the 40s for highs, overnight lows just below freezing. The one wild card in this forecast will be areas of fog. We do have that fog that gets us all socked in. That would keep these temperatures a little bit lower, these a little bit higher, and less sunshine peeking through the clouds. But right now, I don't see any big cool downs, no pre-Thanksgiving windstorms, just a fairly easy week of weather. But we will obviously keep you updated. The systems that we do have coming through over the next few days are pretty tame. We do have a 70% chance of precipitation tomorrow in Spokane. That's going to be very light. Then we are dry through Saturday night. Saturday night, we have another system coming in, bringing a chance of a rain-snow mix, and then a 30% chance of lingering showers during the day on Sunday. Temperature-wise, here's a look at our temperature trend for the next 7 days. The black line is our average high. We are going to be right about average tomorrow, a little below Thursday behind the cold front that comes through. And then we are above average through the 7-day forecast. Typical El Nino late fall, early winter weather pattern, above average temperatures. And so far, we've had above average precipitation. Now, going forward, this is a big departure from what we were seeing yesterday on this map. We were in the medium to dark blues for the 8 to 14-day forecast. Backed way off on that, November 22nd through the 28th. We're in this little sliver of light orange, most of the rest of the region showing average temperatures, and all that cold air well off to the east. We're staying with that right in the gray zone in terms of precipitation. Average precipitation. This area of brown is trending toward below average. This green trending toward above average. November, I should say, is our second wettest month. So even with average precipitation, does not necessarily mean we're going to be dry. 4 things to know about your weather. Possibility of a rain-snow mix by tomorrow morning. Most likely, it's just going to be rain. If you do see snow, no accumulating snow. The heaviest rain will be down on the Palouse, and then we're dry Thursday through Saturday before that next little chance of precipitation pops into our forecast late Saturday night. Kirsten?
Well, we are starting to think about holiday gifts. Maybe get your wallet ready for some concerts and shows coming to our area over the next few months.
Yeah, first up, it's David Spade. He'll be performing at the First Interstate Center for the Arts on February 16th as part of his Catch Me Inside tour. 2 days later, the Dropkick Murphys will be rocking out at the Spokane Tribe Casino out in Airway Heights.
And then next summer, Sammy Hagar will be performing at Northern Quest. That's not him.
Nope.
Well, he is coming to Northern Quest August 13th. For more information on any of these events, head to KXLY.com. Well, while inflation has cooled slightly over the last few months, the cost of some Thanksgiving supplies is still up.
Yeah, according to Wells Fargo, turkey is actually down about 9% compared to last year, but ham is near an all-time high at about $4.56 a pound. Fresh cranberries are cheaper than last year, while canned cranberries are up almost 60%. Big grocery retailers are offering some deep discounts.
So I think what we're going to see this year in the supermarket world is, frankly, a price war as it relates to Thanksgiving.
Walmart is selling turkey for less than $1 a pound, and Target is offering a Thanksgiving meal for 4 people for under $25. Experts say despite these offers, the best way to save money is to stick to your shopping list, shop around for the best prices, and look for coupons as well. And as we head to a break, let's take a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
What is a jewelry design center? Locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you more choices, more options. A showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. A center who also creates exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Whose specialized selection process ensures the brightest diamonds and most vivid gems. We are not your average jewelry store. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $2,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Our Coeur d'Alene tribal people have been here on our lands since eternity, and they've taken great care of our lands, taken great care of our peoples, and our community as well.
I've always believed that the Coeur d'Alene tribe has been second to none in being a good neighbor. We give back tenfold.
We as a people embrace everyone that comes on our facilities and through those doors.
That's what it means to be Coeur d'Alene.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
Welcome back. Recess. It's time for kids to socialize and have time to be themselves.
But not all schools give kids that kind of break. ABC's Morgan Norwood explains why some researchers say recess is important.
To many, recess is a classic part of the school day, time to just be kids.
The rest of the day, they're told who to sit next to and how to sit and where to stand and when to stand. The recess time is the time when they really have a break from that.
But not all kids in the U.S. get equal access to recess every day. Dr. Kathy Ramstetter, a founding member of the Global Recess Alliance, says sometimes recess gets replaced with more class time, or recess is taken away as a punishment. But studies show that kids who are more active are actually better learners and perform better academically.
We could look at Japan, South Korea, and Finland as countries that consistently perform at the top of the world in academics and mandate and allow for 60+ minutes a day of outside time and recess. And so the idea that recess and academics aren't compatible, the data just don't support.
Dr. William Massey, a professor at Oregon State University who researches the intersection of play and child development, says some states are now putting more emphasis on recess, passing new legislation just this year. Daily recess is currently mandatory in only 12 states.
Studies have shown that children who get more than 20 minutes a day of recess are more on task in the classroom than kids who don't get that 20-minute marker.
And it's not just about the amount of time allotted for recess, but the quality of that break in the day, a problem often affecting children at under-resourced schools.
You know, is it just a barren blacktop with chain link fence around it and nets that aren't even there on basketball hoops? We have to think about how we resource the schools, how we train and prepare monitors, how we organize this space, and that we maximize the use of the resources that we do have, and we find other ways to really pay attention to the way we put recess together.
Experts say the best way to find out if your child is having quality recess each day is to ask them. And if you're not satisfied with that answer, link up with other parents and community members through the PTA and Facebook groups.
A lot of recess legislation that's happened over the past 10 years, parents have been the driving force. Parents understanding that they are a powerful lever is an important thing.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
What happened when we set up a bait car in the middle of Smash and Grab City?
Why the problem is worse than ever.
Next, Inside Edition. Turning the tables on the bad guys.
It's pinging somewhere in this alley.
How we track down our stolen speaker. Then, the doctor accused of poisoning his wife with a smoothie. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
May look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
At the Salvation Army, a rent check isn't just a rent check. It's a hangout. A safe haven, a sanctuary, a place to grow and grow closer, a treasured past, and plans for the future. With your gift, families know that wherever they go, they can always come back home.
Four News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, Spokane Valley firefighters met with a family in Liberty Lake today for a special fire safety lesson.
It happened after the family posted a video asking a burning question: how to safely evacuate your home in a fire.
Our hope is when we're not around to protect them, that they have that know-how and that education that they can help themselves until they're with us again.
Coming up on Nightside, local firefighters show us a safe house fire escape plan and explain why it's necessary for kids to learn it now.
My confidence in snow mixing in with the rain tomorrow morning is waning. Fog, however, I'm feeling quite confident that we are going to be socked in tomorrow morning with some light rain showers, then a high of 42 degrees. 3 dry days heading into the weekend.
And I did like what you said about Thanksgiving looking uneventful at the moment.
Right, maybe not bright and sunny, but yes. No big storms.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Get your travel plans ready. Or your, we'll see you at 11.